sig. De nogen gab, ni Felheim, Musfelheim, ild, is, tropper falder, linjer, jordtud skaber af sig. De nogen gab, ni Felheim, Musfelheim, ild, is, tropper falder, linjer, jordtud skaber af sig. De nogen gab, ni Felheim, Musfelheim, ild, is, tropper falder, linjer, jordtud skaber af sig. Felheim, ild, is, tropper falder, linjer, jordtud skaber af sig.
You can't just allow for things like that to happen. Not ever again. Not when the kingdom is beginning to find its way. You're the king, and that comes with a whole lot more responsibility. You can't let people like Merlin do what they want, even if their intentions are pure. You must see the danger now.
The memory of Seawall is my burden. Harder to bear than I'd like to admit. But I've realized that his story is what happens when power answers to no one.
Then do something so that a tragedy like that never happens again.
Palamedes, you've always spoken your mind, even when I didn't want to hear it. You've stood beside me through the darkest days and fought not for glory, but for Avalon and its people.
I have done only what I believe was right, nothing more.
Yes, and that made me realize that Merlin was wrong. The legacy I leave won't endure through the legend of a single man, whether it's me or anyone else. I decided to give my sword to the Horns of the South. And resistance to corruption. It needs the foundation of something greater than any one of us.
A shield?
Yes. One to guard Avalon, even from itself. You've proven yourself time and again, so my shield is yours, Palamedes. Not just to wield, but to become. Let your bloodline anchor what my reign could not.
And you believe I am worthy of such a responsibility?
I will not fail you, my king.
Don't carry this burden for me, Palamedes. You never have. Carry it for Avalon, and may your name be a blessing upon this land for generations to come. Isn't an object. It's the bloodline itself. But I also remember the shield was meant to resist. Not enemies, not blades, but corruption, compromise, cowardice. Palamedes understood that. Nothing I've seen here reminds me of him. Nothing resembles the kingdom we were trying to build. Lord Yvain, a joke of a man. A mere shadow of his ancestor. Not worthy of his title, nor of leading his people. I tried to build something lasting. Something that wouldn't depend on me to survive. I distributed power, tied it to oaths, not blood. Gave regions autonomy, left behind symbols to bind them. But what we've seen so far, that's not a kingdom. That's theater. People playing at being lords and commanders. All I've seen here is fear. Indecisive men wearing the mask of power. And when a decision needs to be made, they hesitate. Denholm, commander of Camelot's forces, is in Yvain, a descendant of Palamedes, yet too weak to stand against choices that harm his people. Their fear breeds indecision. If you cannot choose, you can, and if you cannot protect, Avalon rots. It was you the men here responded to, and you who rekindled it. You did all the work. Without that, Kuanacht would still be waiting. For what? A miracle? That's why I have to come back. Without us, without hands that act. Merlin wanted me to become a symbol. But I realized that one person, one myth, won't. This kingdom needed more. It needed to stand on stronger foundations. And so, I left mementos behind, to serve as cornerstones for various facets of the kingdom. It seems we were both wrong about this. Yes, the situation is complex. Complexity does not excuse paralysis, and yet they sit in deadlock, doing nothing. Turn every resource toward understanding why the weirdness is returned. Hiding in Camelot is cowardice. Staying here? But what I would do doesn't matter. This is precisely why Palamedes was made Avalon, even if it meant standing against. We gave our people peace, but they've come to take it for granted. Perhaps those symbols, without the will to uphold them, are little more than ornament. I named his bloodline the Shield of Kuanacht, and granted them dominion. The land here is among the richest in Avalon. This place was meant to stand. Well, my friend, they still call me the once and future king. Still, feasts won't save them, but action might. We've wasted. Let's move to the Forlorn Swords and find. Let's make me whole. It's the last hope for this.
Stay quiet. Stay safe. Just passing through? Good. You startled me. You've come back. Let's hear. Farewell.
Are you sure you want to do this? You can still back out. Camelot will surely forgive you for this insubordination.
I have never been more certain of anything in my life. This is the only way.
Fine. Do as you will. Look who woke up. You're a bit late, though. You missed the show. Our Lord gave a rousing speech to his subjects explaining why he's going to leave them in these dire times. I'll leave you two. I need to start cleaning up the mess you made, Yvain. And before I forget, some shady-looking character was looking for you. Didn't tell me his name, but said you're old friends. Said he'll wait nearby.
Greetings, friend of our house. What may I do for you today? Really? I hope he supports my decision. Although, in truth, it doesn't really matter. I made my decision, well, and now you are the shield of my people. I trust you will ensure. House Terion ends with me. Lady Maeve was never granted the chance to give me an heir. And I couldn't bring myself to take another wife or continue the lineage but your words are kind. The story of my family. As soon as the necessary preparations are complete, with it, Ansem will assume my duties in my absence. He is my most trusted man, and he is respected by the people. For now, he's assisting me in gathering supply. I do not know when or if I will return. Connacht and its people, I cannot say for certain. But I have faith that Ansem will Since Maeve's passing, I've been all too aware. Camelot will keep the peace in my stead. And I can only hope that the people of Connacht will come to trust Denholm. We may not agree on every matter, but I cannot deny Denholm's honor. And so, I thank you once more. House Terion is... no, wait. Farewell.
Well, look at you. Moving along nicely, aren't we? You're piecing him back together faster than I expected. And since you've proven yourself so capable, maybe it's time. You should have enough power now to enter his mansion. Here, go to this place and see if the door opens for you. No. If you want to know the truth about the man pulling the strings, it's the house of someone I once called my employer, Orin. The same one whose plans got you out of the island asylum. I don't know. We stopped seeing eye to eye. No, not really. There's one last piece of Arthur's soul waiting for you. The third artifact. You'll find it deep in the Forlorn Swords, in the capital city of Dalriata. Meet with Gerfan. He'll either attack you on sight, or explain everything patient. Oh. How would I know? I'd say going into Dalriata territory is a surprise, but don't worry. They've got bigger problems at the moment than you. Once you're done, meet me at the Charred Conclave. That's where we'll finish this, one way or another.
Again, Lost Prince. I was mistaken about our previous encounter. I erred in thinking I had unraveled what the Pale Lady had planned for the both of us. But I should have known better than to presume or anticipate the moves of someone as shrewd as her. I am tired, Prince. I am so terribly tired. I feel burned out. I can't weave anymore. I don't want to. Never imagined that such a moment could come. Oh, what a truly sorrowful thing. To accept that all things must finally fade. You meeting me? As I mentioned upon your first visit, I thought it was just a coincidence. A fortunate weave of various events that, under a different alignment of stars and smaller choices, would never have come to pass. However, it turns out that I was meant to fulfill a specific role, and it was not to weave new life. To weave bridges between you and her despair. Bridges that would allow you to gather the memory shards. She used me. Yet I cannot even bring myself to be... I see now that she seeks to restore the bonds that once were, before her world shattered. The pain of a mother who has lost her child, it is difficult to comprehend, especially for us. For centuries, we never had to face loss, and then only by gazing upon you humans, we had to deal with the idea of death. To live in a world in which everything has to die, such a horrible and terrifying thing. Her desire was to bring her son back. I understand that, but can't really empathize with it. And anger? I'm not sure. I don't want the weirdness. I don't want to weave. She hopes that by restoring her son's memory, she will finally bring him back. The Pale Lady wants to put you on a yet she does not realize how daunting and impossible this challenge. But those driven by despair rarely measure their actions with reason. Places like this one, or the one where we met before, were chosen by the Pale Lady for a reason. On their own, they're nothing more than aberration. To bridge your reality and ours, Someone had to weave the passages. In both instances, I believed all my efforts were aimed at weaving a new Foredweller. But the truth was far from that. Since we lost the war against your kind, we retreated to Tuathan, severing ourselves from the rest of Avalon. All the while, the weirdness has continued to change. It has grown wilder. For centuries, places like this seemed lifeless, stripped of their potential. And then the spark began to return. It was the Archspire was a bridge to the place where her son was born. In that cave, I wove the prints from the threads of the weirdness granted to me by the Pale Lady. It seems the place we stand in now was marked as the place where I had to create the next path. I did not dare to peer beyond my lost prince. I feel that what lies ahead is bound to a profoundly intimate and ineffably personal aspect of the Pale Lady. It is between you and Prince. It is time to go. Leave me behind. I played my... Hopefully that will grant me freedom. Farewell.
And now you stand here, hidden deep within. And even I cannot, still torn, for you are not wholly him, my son, my prince of Tuathan. Yet there is a flicker of joy within me, for you carry the soul of an Arthur, whose life was chosen for my son. This means the fragments of memory I gathered and kept safe may be saved. The heart, a fragment of me, of my despair, accidentally brought into existence. My tears seeped into your soil, birthing a terror that the specter, the Red Death. Unintentionally, I could not have foreseen what such an entanglement about. I could not have known the depths of pain wrought by the loss of a beloved child. When it started to spread, I couldn't. I am so Arthur believed that abandoning the homelands would stop the plague. The Red Church committed truly horrific acts in their desperate attempt to halt the blight. Yet, no matter what you humans do, the plague will always return, and so you will drown. I want my son back. You walk your own path, yet you will be faced. I hope that, among them, you will find a way to bring my son back. However, I cannot impose my will upon you. It took me a long time to understand that not everything should be demanded. I believe so. And you are already working. Since my son's fate became entwined with that of Arthur, the King of Mortals, it is necessary to reconstruct the soul of the ruler whose... You will also need the fragments of my son's memory. The ones I so carefully Beyond that, the Weaver may possess something helpful. His life-giving spindle. It may prove invaluable when the final trial comes. He is no longer bound by the places I created for him, where he could... I have a feeling he may have returned to his workshop. It is a tale about the Prince of the Foredwellers, who unexpectedly became the... Arthur. We are connected. In the home, I met him during his journey. I gifted him with the sword. He is someone very dear to me. Someone I lost decades ago, whose soul found a new body. As you already know, we found a way to gaze upon the homelands. My son was fascinated. When one has to deal with entropy and decay, everything is sudden. He must have desired to live the life of a human. Perhaps it is one of the most powerful manifestations ever achieved by a Four-Dweller. Oh, the Weaver. I remember the spark of joy that lit up his pale, a living being, brimming with such. You always had a fondness for my child. In the homelands, I saw a powerful thing that we fought. It was love. One of many emotions I had to learn. We lived in a world where everything was potent and possible. It made us live. Our emotional structure was much less complicated than yours. Yes, I am fully aware that my will to bring Arthur to the shores of Avalon brought war and ruin upon my own kin. What would you have me say? There are no proper words for this. I will simply... Yes, although that was a horribly distorted part of me. Now I feel more whole. One aspect of the potential of the weirdness is that for that, I needed a craftsman. Someone who could sense even that every Four-Dweller could manipulate the weirdness to some degree. But not he could harness that potential for something far, far greater, like weaving a new life, for example. My skills lay elsewhere. Among them was the ability to peer, to see a different world. A world without the weirdness. A single living organism, yet full of individuality at the same time. I feel that sometimes you do not realize just how extreme. Are you sure? If you have anything to... This may be our last meeting before... I am listening. Are you... This may be... So, it is done. I am glad my heart could host you. You leave this place with another shard. Use the memory of my son wisely. Ah, one more thing. That perfect obedience will no longer be your burden. It was never my will, but rather a flawed interpretation by humans, consumed with the mad. Farewell.
my king. If you're seeing this message, it means Caradoc has fulfilled his task, and the wheel of destiny has begun to turn. I am Orin, your majesty's devoted servant, and the apprentice of your friend Merlin. Nothing would bring me greater joy than meeting you face to face. Alas, that must wait, for our paths have yet to cross, though I hope it will be soon. In the meantime, please treat my home as your own. Make yourself comfortable. Rest from your hardships, and seek the knowledge you require. And you, brave vessel, remember to heed your lord, King Arthur, now and always. You have no idea how long I've been waiting for you, my king. I've memorized Merlin's plan for your resurrection. Yet I'm certain my master made a mistake somewhere. I just can't pinpoint quite where. The theory of revival itself, the technique for performing the ritual was flawless. After all, you always return to us. But I saw how much suffering each resurrection caused you. I wanted to find a way to bring you back to us as the person you truly wish to be. king. I understand that what Merlin and I have done was against the laws of nature. You know how many brave knights gave their lives so we could find a way to bring you back. But their sacrifice was not in vain. With you here, Avalon has a chance to become a true paradise. And now, I believe I've found the way to make it happen.
you doing okay?
Every day.
What is it now? If it's chatter, you're...
Spare a coin for the hungry.
Ah. Good day.
Come here. Come here. Oi, you, stranger. Got a minute or not? Step closer. Good to see you, stranger. Not many souls pass through these lands anymore. A weird night hit, and I ran out of cobweb. I'm Kedron of the Volca tribe, by the way. And you're clearly not from around. Just don't tell me you're a Camelosian spy. I'll fight you if I have to. Bold of you. If I weren't injured, but since you're already here, and I need some time to pull myself, and to answer the question you haven't asked yet, yes, there's something in it for you. Oh, you could, but you wouldn't get far. That much I'm sure of. I need you to find Gerfan and inform him of my situation. He's also the one who can grant you safe passage through our lands. Without it, the capital, you can't miss it. It looms over everything, always watching. Used to be the place where all the tribes came together. Head for the sword on the horizon. Gerfan is the voice of the tribes, chosen long ago, back when his name carried. They say Mather herself blessed the runes of his fate. Now, he's just an old man. But I'll give him this. He still believes. Still tries to gather the tribes. If you ask me, that won't happen. The tribes are too busy tearing each other apart. Those days of sitting together to plan a future, gone. There's no future left. Still, you should meet him. A gathering of the Dalrita tribes used to happen in times of peace or war. But there hasn't been one in years. Not since the fall of the Gunvalder tribe. From long ago, from back when we still carried the respect of our people, I was a scribe, witness to the choices that shaped the... I was there when Tainted slammed in unity, or axes. Gerf trusted me, told me things he'd never share in public. But things change. You'll meet plenty of Dalrita out here. I'll be fine. Just make sure. No need to gossip. Though I'll admit, it was nice talking to some... Hey, you there. Non-Rita. Spare a moment, will you? Step closer. I won't bite. Oi, you, stranger.
Until next time. Look, Grail, the alchemist's little lady sent her lapdog. Aye. So, dog, speak. Got the gold? Raylan.
Not much.
Not much. You heard him. We lost 3 of our brothers on this job. You think we could just go back to the...
Double it.
How?
He's right, Kvor. Let's hand him the cursed thing and be off. Nothing left.
You're lucky today, stranger. Pray we never cross paths again.
You did it! Wonderful! I don't think I need to hear. I'm deeply grateful. Here's a reward for your efforts. I'll soon begin my more. Oh, and one more thing. You've proven yourself trustworthy, so you'll... Hope you'll find some... You've already done so. That said, there's what the Guild has been trying to get in touch with Dolph Jonkheer for a while now. All I know is that he was supposed to be conducting research in the territory of this... I appreciate it. Don't worry, there's nothing suspicious about this. It's standard practice. He's one of the senior members of the Guild, although I didn't see him much. What's concerning is that he's not familiar with the Dalraita tribes, and the situation in that region is Until next.
Oi, you, stranger. Got a minute?
You're from outside, aren't you? Silly question. You don't look... Tell me, do you know anything about One Eye? Of course. I'm Olwyn of the Spain tribe. Though I don't know if they'll let me keep that, but I don't care. My tribe isn't what it used to be. I doubt anyone's still alive. I don't know if I can talk about it. It's still too raw, you know? Something terrible happened. Our god, the Lord of the Hunt, he got out. Out of wherever he was being kept. Faithful or not, it didn't matter. There was... I'm sorry. I can't talk... Even under normal circumstances, that would be risky. Our archers would drop you the... I don't know how many are left, but if I were you, I'd go to... So if you value your life, go to the capital first. After that, wander as much as you like. So, about One Eye. No way. He actually pulled it off. I heard rumors he wanted to strike a deal with the Southerners. But, well, thank you for the...
Let me guess. Vidar sent you. I was wondering when he'd finally get around to me. Always thorough, that one. But haven't we met before? Down in... Ah. So we were rats in the same cave. And now you're here, playing executioner. So, any questions before we get... I think you already know the answer to that. I'm a crow, and we have friends in important places. Island Asylum is no different. One such friend was very apologetic about my capture. The moment I got out of my cell, soon after our chat, he found me and... I know you must despise us working with Vidar and all. But trust me, being a crow... Not at all. They wanted a Pict and they caught me off guard. And I have my suspicions about... I'm more than sure it was our mutual friend, also a Pict. Oh, I know him all right. He's the reason I had to run from my own people. I wouldn't be alive if it weren't for the children of Morrigan. They gave me back my life, my purpose, my family. Vidar can kill every last one of us, but he'll never take that away from me. I just hope you realize you're not fighting for Avalon. You're fighting for Vidar. And if being dangerous is all it takes to be hunted, you'd better hope nobody turns their sights on you. I know what you've done. And I hope you understand the consequences you're bringing upon all. But tell me something, how many of us have you... How many names has Vidar whispered in your ear, sending you off? You're hunting the children of Morrigan, sure. But what happens when they're... Think about it. Will Vidar finally rest? Or will he find another... You're smart, you'll figure it out if you live, but I doubt Vidar will give you... Oh, he's more than meets the eye. You see a hunter, a man waging a war, but wars aren't fought without reason. You've killed crows, sure, but have you ever wondered how he always knows where to find them? How deep his knowledge runs? You think he was never... Think about it. If he wasn't, how does he know which threads to pull? Which ones to leave untouched? Of course not. You've been killing my brothers, but we've... Self led one wing of the children. Vidar led another. 2 crows, 2 visions. Both play... You think Vidar was just some stray, hunting us out of vengeance? No. He had his own band, and now he's making sure his side is the only one left standing. You're not just hunting, now you know everything. So, what will it be? Then I suppose this is how it ends. Just another name. Let's see if Vidar...